Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh video. So I'm at the end of my Thursday night Master Duel stream. We got chat going right here, even though the chat box is frozen. Give me a moment. All right, so that is all fixed up, and, you know, we got chat here. We're live, and as I was dueling, because it seems like every time I'm live, something crazy happens, the final episode summaries for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush Season 1 anime have come out. Now, episode 49 is airing tomorrow by the time this video goes up. We did not know anything about 50 and 51. The season is ending after episode 51. This is not a 13-episode arc. It is just a 12-episode arc because we know the new opening and ending is beginning on episode 52. So this is the final batch of summaries. And guys, let's just jump right into it. All right, so this is it. The first season of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. And for those of you that don't know, this is episode 49, Otes versus Yugioh. You know, I'm just going to show them all on screen right now. Yugioh has captured the Velgirian Supreme Council and declared that he will use rush duels in the war. Otes, who has come to Yuhi's rescue, objects to Yugioh's declaration. In order to figure out what the correct path is, Otes challenges Yugioh to a duel. So this is the summary we knew of. This was the episode preview that we saw at the end of 48. Nothing really new there, but these next two are probably going to blow my mind. So let's just jump right into it. Does this confirm a three-part duel? Let's see. Episode 50, Battleship Rush Duel. The final showdown between Otes and Yugioh begins with the future of the Velgir cluster on the line. Their fateful battle takes place in space, with their battleships facing each other, and thus an unprecedented battleship rush duel unfolds. Holy shit. Excuse my language. First thing that I think of is the battleship rush duel that we got between Yuga and Otes, right? That was kind of... Now, these battleships might be a lot bigger. That was more of a Mecha Gundam style. But I do not think it's a coincidence at all that the final duel of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s took place in space with these huge machines. And we're literally getting that here again. And this basically confirms that this is a three-parter, right? Let's take a look. Episode 51, Karatamata. I don't know what that word means, but Otes and Yugioh are fighting with everything they've got in order to achieve their ideals. Yeah, three-part duel here. First one in Go Rush. However, as their intense battle rages on, the cruel fate the Velgirians have to shoulder only becomes more apparent. Otes Velgir, the warrior who runs through the battlefield called Rush Duels, will now shoulder everything and create a path to a better future for the galaxy. The titles of 52 and 53, Otes returns, and the life of Yuhi the runaway. The word Yasagure can imply that someone has strayed from the right path in life. Basically, Yuhi might have potentially run away from home and become a delinquent / outlaw. A lot of theories on Yuhi in the last 3 months, ever since we got his silhouette as part of the enemy group during the Jump Festa reveals. So that's not too surprising. Not going to focus too much on that right now. We are getting, it's confirmed now, the first three-part duel in Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush's history. The second three-part duel in Studio Bridge Yu-Gi-Oh! History. The only other one being the final duel between Yuga and Otes. And remember, that duel started very late into episode 90. It ended around the middle of 92. And there was a duel in between that duel when Yuga and Luke dueled for what ended up being the fourth time. So this seems like it's going to be a lot more straightforward. Now, they might throw some curveballs here because, you know, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! That's what they like to do. But we are getting a battleship rush duel, which is crazy and does remind me, of course, of that final duel in 7s. But I got to tell you, this is the line that's sticking out to me. This is the line that's sticking out to me, that stuck out to me the moment I read it. The cruel fate the Velgirians have to shoulder only becomes more apparent. that to me implies that, I don't even know what that implies. It obviously implies that maybe they lost the war in the original timeline. That's what got Yugioh to seek out Rush Duels to try to change the trajectory of their fate, because he knew that they were going to lose the war. He knew that they were destined for a path of darkness, for a path of misery, and that's why he's trying so desperately to change that course of history. That's fascinating. And then this is kind of what we've seen with Yugioh's mantra since the very beginning. Remember those intro sequences that they showed with Yugioh in the very first beginning episodes, where he would run through, I don't know if this was an exact quote, but it sounds very familiar to what they would show in those very early episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. I don't know if you guys kind of remember what I'm talking about, but it's no surprise to me that that is now coming full circle here. The very final episode of Season 1. Yeah, I mean, there also might be a little bit of a time skip here, because Yugioh returns is weird. It might just be like a 6-month time skip. It might not be anything crazy, but that episode title implies that something weird happens at the end of this duel that causes Yugioh to disappear. I don't necessarily know that that indicates he's going to lose this duel, because that would be crazy, right? We've never really seen a protagonist in Yu-Gi-Oh! Lose to a villainous character at the end of a season. I mean, it just doesn't happen. Could break precedence here. I don't really know if that's the route they're going to go. I don't think it's the route they're going to go, even though it would be really cool. But yeah, this is crazy. Normally when I do these reactions, I read the summaries off screen. I think about my thoughts. I share them with you. Immediate thoughts is that this is the most fascinating line in the entire summary declaration here. I believe that Yuga is going to be involved in this. I think Yuga is way too connected to both of these characters and to the overall storyline not to get involved. Even if he's just watching from afar, I do think we are going to see Yuga at some point. But what I love about these summaries is there's nothing except Yugioh, Velgirians, and Yugioh. There are no other character names even mentioned in these next two summaries. You got Yuhi there, but this is all about Yugioh wanting to use Rush Duels to end the war peacefully, Yugioh wanting to use Rush Duels to end the war by brute force. The Earth Dumamu's not even mentioned in this. And also, we did get a little bit of breaking side news here. Aura, part of the Entame subs group, is saying that there are smaller summaries confirming that Yuga is showing up in the finale. So even though it's not mentioned here, that's a little bit of piece of information that we can also take away. That's actually crazy. So Yuga is confirmed, apparently, in some other summaries that he will be showing up in episode 51. And will Yuga reveal what the cruel fate is? How did Yugioh know Rush Duels were supposed to be on Earth when Rush Duels weren't even existent yet in this timeline? Who shared that information with him? Because it wasn't Yuga. This is going to be good. This arc of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush has been, to me, insanely enjoyable. I think a lot of people have found it to be enjoyable. And I think these next 3 episodes are going to be monumental in connecting the two shows and giving us a lot of answers to a lot of questions that we've had for a very long time. And that is sick. Could be a time skip there. And this could imply Yuhi is turning villainous and antagonistic. And to be honest, fits him. He's young. I know he hasn't shown any of those values yet, but when you're young and impressionable, he could very easily run away because he's not getting promoted at UTS. He's fed up with Uemu or whatever reason, especially if there is a time skip and that goes on for a year or two. He runs away kind of as an innocent joke, and then he runs into the two commanders, the two brother commanders that are going to be the villains of Season 2. You know, his silhouette is tied to them, unless that's the Earth to Mars silhouette and that final form, which I don't know if it is. Yuhi's silhouette is tied to those two brother commanders. It is. Unless they're misleading with that photo. So, that's going to be fascinating. Very, very excited to see that. Evil Yuhi gang. I see it in the chat. Evil Yuhi gang rise up. Love that. But guys, that's going to wrap it up. Please let me know in the comment section what you make of these summaries. Please let me know anything that you'd like to see here at the end of Season 1. Any questions that you really hope we get answered, and any predictions you have for how this duel is going to play out and how this will lead into Season 2. I cannot wait for these 3 episodes. And then these episodes end, we get a new opening. We get a new ending. We get new visuals. We get new foreshadowing moments in the opening and ending. So freaking cool. Let me know all your thoughts on these summaries down below in the comments. Thank you all so much for watching. A special thank you to my Platinum tier patron, Panther J, to my Diamond tier patrons, Latrell Smith and Jesse Woods, and to my Egyptian God tier patron, Pink Penguin. Thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon and whoever is a YouTube channel member. You guys help me out so much. And if you want some exclusive channel perks, definitely check out both of those sites and features. Be sure to check out my channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime content. And until next time, I hope you have an amazing day. Take care, guys.